Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today, man, we're covering something pretty uncool. I'm gonna be honest, like, I watched this video and I genuinely felt really bad because, if we're being honest, people like this, they don't get paid enough to deal with the stuff they have to deal with. Like, they have those kinds of jobs where, you know, it's a job that you can get, it's a job that'll maybe help pay the bills or whatever, right? But you just have to deal with some of, like, the worst, just most stupid shit ever, and especially considering the direction that Twitchcon went this year, man, like, I just can only imagine how it really was, right? Like, we're hearing a first-person account of how people at Twitchcon were treating the staff and the security and everything, and it's just depressing, man, because the truth of the matter is, you know that they're not making this shit up. Like, when you look at all the other clips of how people were acting at Twitchcon, you know, you got dudes who are bending over down on the ground, letting Amaranth and people like that step on their backs for pictures, being complete weirdos and stuff, just having no social skills whatsoever, no like personal awareness at all. You just know that these people were really doing the shit they got accused of too. That's what's really sad about it. So today we're taking a look at a clip of a security guard at TwitchCon who is basically detailing their experience with TwitchCon and detailing their experience with how the people who attended the event treated them. Me personally, you know, whenever I go to like a public event, you know, I go to like concerts, I've been to Call of Duty World Championship before, you know, when I go to events like this, the one thing I was raised to do by my parents was to treat everybody with respect. You treat the janitor the same way you treat the CEO, you know, everybody who's there in the staff has an impact on the event, you know what I mean? They deserve to be treated with respect, they deserve to be talked to like they're human beings, and that's something that I've always held like really importantly to me, you know what I mean? Treating these kinds of people with respect, because you know that so many people don't. And it makes me almost kind of pissed off to hear this, because like, it really highlights a problem that I personally view with society. It just seems like nobody has any common decency or respect anymore. I don't know if it's like a very like biased perspective from me or what it is, but it really some days feels like society just gave up. You know what I mean? Like, we just don't have any morals or ethics anymore. So I'm gonna go ahead and start rolling this clip, and we're gonna go ahead and talk about some of the stuff going on here. So
This is TwitchCon, and they're moving out, thank God.
Oh, thank God? What happened?
It was, these people that come to this thing were so verbally abused us.
Oh, what?
Yeah, they were terrible.
Really?
Because I just think they don't have any social skills. And so when you tell them, I'm sorry, you cannot go up the down escalator, they're like, well, why not? And I'm like, because you're going to get killed.
What?
Cussed us out.
Really?
alright, so in this part of the clip, she's talking about, I know it's a little quiet, I tried to boost the audio a little bit so you guys could hear it a little better, but she's talking about how they just lacked social skills, which, I mean, it makes sense, right? You throw thousands of terminally online Twitch viewers into a packed auditorium or whatever, right? Like, yeah, you know, I can only imagine how it smelled in there. Like, on a real note, I can only imagine how it smelled in that place. Like, the smell of body odor, unbrushed teeth, you know what I mean? Just Jesus Christ, I can only imagine. But they were verbally abusing the security guards, cussing them out when they told them they couldn't do certain things like go up the escalators while people were coming down it. And honestly, man, I really believe her, you know? Like, I know that there's two sides to every story, but like, what incentive does this random security guard have to lie? You know what I mean? She's not getting paid extra if she lies. She's not gonna be on Good Morning America or something tomorrow, you know what I mean? So I just don't believe that this is fabricated at all. And like, it sounds on par with something that would happen at a TwitchCon event. You know, like I said, a lot of these people are terminally online. They probably don't get enough social interaction as is. And they're just out here verbally abusing these security guards. See, that's what pisses me off, man, because, like, you know that this is a working class woman here who's probably struggling to make the bills come together, especially in today's economy with everything the way it's going, inflation going the way it is. She's just trying to make a paycheck and live her life and be able to do what she wants to do, and you got these fucking privileged assholes who spend their free money they have on going to a fucking Twitch convention who are verbally abusing her and berating her and treating her like shit for simply doing her job. Now, I'd understand if she, like, pulled out her taser and was about to fucking tase somebody out in the middle of the floor or something for doing something like that, but she seems like a pretty nice old woman, you know what I mean? Just like a normal old security guard that you would see at pretty much any event, right? Like, these are the people who keep these types of events safe, you know what I mean? Like, whenever any sort of emergency arises in places like this, these are the people who get called on to actually step up and do something. And for them to get treated this way by a bunch of privileged, entitled assholes, it's so disrespectful, man, and it really grinds my gears personally. And it makes me kind of glad that I don't go to events like this, because I wouldn't want to, you know, be lopped in with all these fucking people doing stuff like this, you know what I mean? It's just a level of disrespect that people shouldn't have to tolerate, you know what I mean? This is someone who's just working, trying to do their job, and they're getting bullied by Twitchcon, you know, viewers and whatnot. It's just, that's ridiculous, man. Absolutely no reason to treat people like this.
So I looked, and then I work at the ballpark too, and then we had a concert over there. Some people paid for it and some didn't, so it was embedded.
Right.
And they just...
Oh my God.
They just killed us practically.
Wow.
And it was...
That sucks.
It's like this entitled thing going on, you know?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it was... We were not having a good time.
So was it like the staff or just the attendees?
What was the attendees? No, the staff was great.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's just kind of depressing to watch this clip, because you know she's not making any of this up, and like, these people probably have zero remorse for the way that they treated these employees. And you already know for a fact, like, if this is just like one security guard with this kind of example, there's guaranteed more employees who had to suffer from this, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know the numbers on like how many staff they employed for TwitchCon or anything, like how many security guards, for instance, there were, but you already know, like, if this one was getting treated that way, then all of them were getting treated that way, right? Because let's be real, it's not like the people at TwitchCon are gonna be like, oh, let's lack social skills and act entitled and be assholes to just this one security guard, you know? They were doing this to all the employees. And it's kind of weird because, like, it also makes sense because TwitchCon has just been such a disaster, right? Like, just hearing everything that happened at TwitchCon this year, like, it literally makes sense, you know what I mean? I mean, you got people breaking their spines in the ball pit because they fucking, you know, just layered some concrete with foam pit ball and what, or not foam pit balls, but like the little like foam cubes and stuff like that. They were just using those. Like, it was just completely mismanaged, and like the people who went there, like, you already know they were acting entitled and just being assholes and treating people however they thought they wanted to, right? And it's also kind of shitty because this just gives gamers an even worse reputation, right? Because you got to think, to these old women like this, you know, I don't want to say she's old because she's not like 80 or anything, but like an older woman, she probably doesn't play video games, you know what I mean? Like, this is her interaction with people who play games, and like, for the most part, it seems like a lot of her interactions with these gamers were all pretty negative, you know what I mean? So all this really did was just help further reinforce a lot of like bad stereotypes about people who play video games. All because people who went to TwitchCon just simply don't know how to act and can't behave themselves. Like, it's embarrassing, man. Because these are the stereotypes they get levied against other gamers, too. Oh, they're just entitled, you know? They sit around and play their video games all the time and think the world revolves around them. And they lack social skills because all they do is play video games. They never go outside and interact with people, you know? Like, these are things that people say about people who play video games all the time. And to women like this, you know, all that did was just reinforce stereotypes, potentially. And it's screwed up because that now puts a bad reputation on the rest of us who are simply just trying to enjoy a hobby that Twitch just so happens to be a part of. And because those people who went there didn't know how to act, it makes the rest of us look even worse now to people like that. And clips like this clip went viral. I mean, it has like 40,000 likes on Twitter. I'm sure it's been viewed at least 1 million times at this point, right? Like, you gotta imagine there's people in there who saw this that just like, you know, this just reinforced negative stereotypes. It's shitty overall. At the end of the day, man, people like this, they don't deserve it. Like I said, they don't get paid enough. I don't think there's a paycheck you could hand me to have to deal with people acting that way, but people just don't deserve to be treated this way. You know, like I said, this is a woman who's most likely just trying to make ends meet, just trying to get her money from her job and go live her life. And now she has this negative experience because of people who went to this event just not knowing how to act. So my advice is, if you don't know how to behave in a social environment, you don't know how to fucking chill out and leave the security guards alone, and you can't talk to people with some respect, maybe you should stay your ass home next time and not enjoy something like TwitchCon. I don't know how you could enjoy TwitchCon this year with everything that happened, but it all just makes sense, man. This is sad. So with that being said, though, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel, follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @subtooptimus. Make sure to check out Shoptimus down below. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, well, talking about TwitchCon and signing out.